Hello, everyone, and welcome to another special edition of The Danny Show. I'm your host, Daniel Cody, giving you commentary and reviews on all things wrestling. Thank you guys so much for joining. Let's talk about tonight's episode of NXT. Tonight, let me just say, I'm a happy guy. I'm a pretty happy guy tonight. I'm a very happy guy tonight. We opened up the earliest part of the show, had Kalani Jordan and Lola Vice, two of my NXT favorites. Well, mostly Lola because Kalani is a villain now. But two of my supposedly favorites of NXT, although one's a villain, had a not great, but pretty good match tonight. It was solid. It wasn't like necessarily 5 stars, but I thought it was pretty nice. And I love the fact that Kalani is an RVD fan. And of course, she performed a lot of RVD moves, but it was a shocker because when people use finishers as part of tributes to legends, it's under it loses, if you will, its reverence, its sacredcy, if you will. The reason I say that is you look at AEW. A lot of those guys from time to time use the Tombstone Power Driver. Sometimes even the women use that move. But for some reason, everyone kicks out of it when it's done in AEW. When The Undertaker used to do it in the 90s and the early 2000s, wasn't nobody getting up. It only took one. And after WrestleMania 25, it took more than one. But at least by then, it did what it was supposed to do so that when people kicked out of it, it would shock people. And tonight, they pulled out some of the best moves. And this happened more than once, we saw great finishers get kicked out of too many times. Of course, we saw that match was pretty good. Of course, it was won by Lola Vice because Kalani Jordan decided to cheat and use the ropes, but the ref caught it. And then it gave Lola time to go for the knockout swing and 1, 2, 3. And those are 2/3 of my favorite female wrestlers. And just when I thought it was going to be an okay night, my other favorite, one of my third but top favorite female wrestlers, decides to return tonight because as Blake Monroe gets on the microphone and talks about her issues and talks about how she's not waiting for opportunities, she's losing patience and blah, 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 Jaida Parker finally returns. And that was when my night was complete. When Jaida made her return, I was satisfied. I was literally a satisfied, happy guy for modest reasons. Now, you have the right to like her for whatever reason you like her. I just try to keep things clean. But Parker is back. The Lord is my shepherd. Never mind. In any event, moving forward, Parker's back. Blake Monroe decides to cut her off, which was death choice number one. And Jaida put her down. God, is so great to have her back. I hope that this year we see gold around Jaida Parker's waist, whether it's the North American Championship or the NXT Women's Championship. I want to see gold around her waist. It's her time. So can we please stop playing around? Also, we have the ladder match tournament being announced. We have a newcomer from not LFG, from Evolve, who came in and just threw everybody around and got out of and scared the cameraman away. We also saw Izzy Dame come out and deliver a pretty nice heel promo to have it interrupted by Tatum Paxley, so their issues are not over. But that was a pretty nice heel promo by Izzy Dame. And that's what you want to do. You want them to believe that you are a heel. And tonight I can say that I kind of believe in her heelish character so much that anytime someone makes a community post showcasing her in any way that might be considered an attractive, beautiful, even in a modest way, I still refuse to give any community post a thumbs up because she's a villain. That's how much I believe in her heelish character. No thumbs up for your post because I am mad at Izzy for betraying Tatum. By the way, the fans must have summoned Tatum because she came out after Izzy kept yippity yapping, but with a good promo, good heel promo. See how I did this? That lets you know I believe in her character and how much of a villain she is. And that's what you want. Moving forward, honestly, my night was complete when Parker came back. But we had Dark State in the main event tonight. And of course, we saw once again finishing moves being kicked out of a few times because the standing ovation was done more than once and it wasn't enough. But when Tony D'Angelo performed the move, by the way, I did not notice it last week, but last week as Obafemi walked away, Tony D'Angelo could be seen in the background watching the NXT Championship belt laying in a spotlight. And I apologize that I did not catch that last week, but thankfully I was able to catch it again. And I swear that he is going to say that Oba ran off because of him. Because unfortunately for Oba, the ruler has yet to defeat Tony D'Angelo. But we'll get that on the main roster someday, hopefully. I'm still waiting to see who Tony D'Angelo, not Tony, but Obafemi will go over on first. But in the meantime, tonight's episode of NXT was pretty good. I thought it was hilarious watching Shiloh Hill versus Santino's would-be father-in-law Stacks if they didn't betray their father. I will say this, if I didn't say it last year, I must say last year in WWE you needed a cup. But in any event, moving forward, Stacks wins thanks to a little bit of help from Ariana Grace. Fun fact, we both share the same birthday. But in any event, that doesn't mean we're the same people because I would never betray my family like Ariana Grace did. What is with everyone betraying their families for a little buck? Is WWE becoming a secret Illuminati? Just kidding. Moving forward, tonight was a pretty interesting episode of NXT, ending with Tony D'Angelo being a vigilante. But in the meantime, I'm your host, Daniel Cody. That's all the time I have for you today. Let me know what you thought of NXT tonight. I already expressed what my favorite moment was, but you let me know in the comment section what was your favorite moment of NXT. Congratulations, Joe Hendry. Booker T finally believes. Have a great week, everyone, and see you next time.